Hi, I'm the Free American Thinker, and I wanted to take the idea of information and go a little bit further on some subjects. Essentially, what I'm trying to convey or discuss today is the idea of understanding what something actually is. What is the representation of something physically, realistically? I'll give you an example. This video. What are you doing right now? You got a square with colors on it on a screen. If I were to say, what is this? What are you looking at? You would say, I'm looking at a room. This is a person. There is a smile. Wrong. That is not true. That is not what you are looking at. You are actually looking at an array of pixels that have the ability to convey or display varying levels of light that produce different colors. And this array of pixels is X number of pixels wide by X number of pixels tall. And some of the pixels are white, some of the pixels are black, some of the pixels are green, some of the pixels are blue, some of them are some other weird color. That is what you are actually looking at. You are actually looking at a monitor or a computer screen, I'm imagining. That's really the only way I could see you easily viewing this video right now. That is what you're actually looking at. You are not looking at a person. You're looking at an array of pixels on a screen that are changing in colors, and you're then also listening to a set of sound patterns being displayed out of a speaker. That is what I'm talking about. When we think about things such as, what is this book, right? What is this? Well, this is a picture of a spaceship and some rocks. No, what is it actually? It's pieces of carbon, hydrogen, and other atoms in a state of solidness, because it's not a gas, it's not a liquid, with different ink on it. And when you zoom out at a certain point, our eye and our brains have been wired and programmed through our lives to associate these lines and these patterns and shapes to mean certain things. See, now we're actually starting to think in a more, I wouldn't say intellectual way, but now we're starting to expand our thinking and we can get into what intellect is. But that is what you're actually doing. Right? If I draw this, what would you say this is? Well, you might call it a line. You might call it a mark. I don't call it that. I call it a lowercase l. Right? What if I say this is, what if I draw this? You might say, what is this? Well, it's a squiggly symbol. You could argue this is a music note. You could argue that this is a D, or you could flip upside down and say it's a P. That is what you're actually describing, but not really. What you're really describing is you're actually looking at ink being pressed into paper. When we think about things and look at things, it is helpful to expand our mind and entertain these mind games to really think, what is it that we're actually looking at? Because by looking at something for what it is in a physical form, in its literal sense, you can move away from the programming or pre-programming or the association of ideas with things that really are not actually what they are, right? You can take an argument of like a park, right, in the city, or even out in a rural community. You would say, what is that? That's a park. No, that is not a park. That is a piece of earth with grass and trees. We associate the word park to represent things like that. That is the idea of associating language with reality so that our brains can exchange and work and intermingle with different ideas and communicate them with different people. That is the idea of symbols and ideologies, because I can draw a cross and I can say this is representative of an intersection, or I could say this is representative of Christianity or Jesus dying on the cross, or I could associate it with the Red Cross. This is really important because there are a number of people on this planet that leverage and take advantage of this and will manipulate symbols to have certain meanings. This is actually really important to think about when we think about flags and identities of a country and of a people or of a team. Why do we really like sports so much? Why do we care and get really angry, or really happy, or really excited, or really sad when we see the image of like a sports team? We need to be really careful when we think about what symbols mean and represent, because those are manifestations and creations of the mind. And the creations of the mind are very complex and differ from person to person. So this is what we talk about and what we need to think about when we start thinking about what actually something is. God bless. The truth is inside you.